All right, fellas. You know what time it is. This ain't ESPN, this is the APFA podcast. We talking all pro football every single week. Game day stories and the inside leak. From the booth to the field, from the fans to the plays. We break it all down in our own kind of way. No scripts, no suits, no fake hot takes. Just real ones talking what the game creates. We laugh, debate, tell it straight, and keep that football energy great. Welcome to the APFA. Kick your feet up, it's game day. We got story stats and a couple wild laughs. And that, did you see that kind of flash? Yeah, it's the APFA, where football meets the hangout way. So grab your drink and press play. It's the All Pro Football Association Day. Yeah. From Sunday lies to the Monday memes, we talk the highs, the lows, the dreams. From rookie talk to legend pride, we bring the locker room vibe worldwide. We got coaches, fans, and a mic or two, telling it real like the players do. No filters here, we say it raw. That's how we love this game we saw. It's passion, people playing loud with the voice of the football crowd. From kickoff to overtime, that's the show. If you love the game, then you already know. Welcome to the APFA. Kick your feet up, it's game day. Good friends, good ball, that's our lane. It's the All Pro Football Association train. Yeah, we're talking all pro every play with the APFA. Let's talk football today. Yeah. It's the All Pro Football Association train. Yeah, we're talking all pro every play with the APFA. Let's talk football today. It's the All Pro Football Association train.
Did they hear the music? Probably.
Yeah, they heard the music.
Hey, check. Can you hear this one? You gotta be able to hear this, right? Yeah? Can we hear this one? I think we can. Yeah. Okay. So sorry about that. OBS has some issues sometimes, but I can see that we're online now. At least for this scene we can. Let us know if our volume is okay, if I need to turn this up or anything. We certainly can. The audio quality may not be there this week as I had to do an impromptu switch around here on the audio, but I think we're good. Let's try this again. Welcome to episode 6. Thanks for hanging in there with us. Thanks to everybody who was jumping in for the warm-up song. I still love that song.
Honestly, it's got a pep to it. I wasn't expecting to actually enjoy listening to it, but based on the chat and our duo bopping, it's nice.
I mean, I'm getting into it. I really like it. It's super catchy. I sing it all the time at work.
That's embarrassing.
We almost didn't make it in time tonight. We've been super busy. Our kids have started their Christmas play practice at church, and it runs down to the wire.
It's like 8:10 and we're still there, and just like, I hate to rush Jesus, but my gosh, we have got to get out of here and rush home.
Yeah.
So honestly, I apologize that we're 10 minutes behind what we would normally start, but I can't say that between now and Christmas it's going to get any better.
Well, no, and thankfully you handled that while I was getting everything set up for the show tonight. Obviously, everything except for my microphone.
Well,
But we're still working on that. I'm getting some good information in the chat saying we were a little quiet. I'm trying to adjust that. Just let me know if it's working or not. I'm trying to turn things up as much as I can. But we got down to the wire. I think I had finished everything, and you had just came downstairs at like 8:29 p.m.
yep, don't worry. Cracked open a beverage and ran right to it.
Well, here we go. Not alcoholic this time. This episode is brought to you by Poppy.
Prebiotic soda. Good for your gut health. Sponsored. Just kidding.
So what are you drinking tonight?
I'm drinking Raspberry Rose Prebiotic Soda. It's got all the good things for your prebiotic gut health.
I just realized mine has caffeine.
Oh gosh.
Oh no.
You're so screwed. Does this have caffeine? You bought this for me.
I thought I checked. There were so many options. 55 milligrams of caffeine. I'm drinking Alpine Blast, which is apple juice and lime juice.
Ugh.
It's a little weird, but it's fine.
I don't even know if this has caffeine. I'm having a hard time seeing. I need my readers on.
Her contacts are a little dry. All right. Well, we got lots of things to talk about. We're going to try to go through this as quickly as possible. We've had some exciting games last week for week 3. We've had some locker room drama we want to catch up on. And we've had a lot of people get more active behind the scenes, which is super exciting.
We do love involvement here at the APFA.
We do. The more people involved, the better. So what do you say? Let's go ahead and move over to the next slide. I might need a moment to adjust the microphone again for that, but let's go ahead and jump into this.
All right, put your patient pants on, people. We got to figure it out.
Check, check. Here we are. Here we go. We're good to go. All right. Let's kick this off with how we did last week with league headlines powered by Stonefist. Okay, so he's been the one working behind the scenes, getting us the biggest news in the last week. You ready to read these off?
I didn't think I was doing this segment. I thought you were. I thought I was doing the next
Okay,
one.
that's right. You can't read right now.
I'm a great reader. I do it a lot. But we had already planned out that you were doing the headlines and I was doing the next segment.
Okay. Who wants to be a broadcaster? Huh? We have had a lot of involvement in the league, but one thing we are lacking are people in the booth announcing game of the week. That's the one thing we're missing, I think, right now.
Yeah. Being able to like feature like live commentary. Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Okay.
Live commentary. Here's what Stonefist says. It's been 3 weeks, and we've only had the joy of listening to the AI dads of All Pro 2K8 as our sounding boards.
Boo.
The OGs. While we do like what they have to say, it can get a little repetitive and doesn't quite have our custom twist to it.
Yeah.
But while most people in broadcasting that are in the channel right now don't have any experience with it, he thinks it's a matter of just needing to jump into the deep end. We're going to make mistakes. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be fun. Nobody's going to shame you for getting out there and saying something silly, because we say silly stuff all the time on here.
Yeah.
Right?
We do, but I can tell you right now, I would not be good at that job. That's going to need to be somebody else stepping up for that, because I don't know enough about football to be able to ramble off commentary style. But somebody does have that.
It does help if you know some football. That is
that.
a little bit of a prerequisite.
Yeah, I understand. I'm capable of a lot, but I'm not capable of that.
Well, the league is looking for broadcasters. We do want to start having Game of the Week broadcasted with a duo. So the next thing is we want to see some more content in the player content rather than the people who have been in there every day. Cough, cough, The Lock, cough, cough, Stonefist, cough, cough, B Steezy. We like those guys. We like what they have to say, but a little variety,
I know. And I think it's more so about just general involvement. And I'm guilty of that as well, where I just kind of like, I'm a lurker. I like to take it all in, you know? But I recognize the value in having some engagement, having some diversity, variety in the chat. So I do hope that this could be a call to action for people who may not really be spending a lot of time in the Discord to be able to get in there.
Yeah. And, I would say you still have your training wheels on. And there's probably some people in the league who still feel like they have their training wheels on. But I don't think... What's the words that I'm looking for? We want to see you doing any sort of content that you feel like would be something you enjoy, whether it's a photo generated by AI, whether it's music, whether it's an interview or something like that. We want to see people get more involved. And I know there have been some others in here. We see some things going up in the chat. But I guess we're talking about more regular content from folks. We want to see variety. We just want to see people get engaged. So that was the second thing we had for our news segment. And last but not least, there are some undefeated teams out there. But after this upcoming week, there's only going to be 2.
Okay.
Because 2 of those undefeated teams play each other.
Which happened last week.
That's what happened last week. Yep. So Stonefist says, last week we talked about the teams that were 3-0. London Knights, Pungo Picaroons, Hampton Roads Neptunes all sit undefeated. However, heading into week 4, we know one of these 3 teams will be forced to take the L. Pungo and the Neptunes face off this week, and we know one thing is for sure. Only one team is leaving this week unscathed, while the other will remain undefeated. Should London also pull out another win, records show that's highly probable, then we'll have 2 teams left at the top, and the potential inevitable race to 5-0 will begin. You think somebody's going to make it 5-0 this year?
I'm not so knowledgeable on records, but I do feel like to have 5 undefeated games right out of the gate is pretty impressive and unheard of in that regard.
Yeah.
So would be awesome.
That's what we're looking at going into next week. Thank you, Stonefist. Appreciate your work. Appreciate your headlines. Let's go ahead and talk about some of these games that went on. Those are my notes for the show. But here are the games that we need to look at. And I want to utilize the website here. I didn't do a good job with it last week, but I think for the most part, the stats are updated. I wanted us to dive into this some because this is really cool. I don't think you've seen this yet. Let's talk about the first game. It was Pottsville and London. Let's pull up their game. So this was pretty much a solid victory for the London Knights, 44-14 at home in London. But here's the cool part about these stats. So here we can see the total yards for each team. See, check that out. Total yards, total passing yards, total rushing yards. And you can see that London just dominated through the air. Had over 400 yards passing. That's a lot. That's a lot. However, both had over 100 yards rushing. So
is this for this week's game, or is that the first?
That's just for this game. Just for this game.
Okay, we'll scroll up for a second. Keep going. I guess I was confused because that says week 1, October 13th.
How did this get messed up?
I just want to make sure we're looking at the right stats.
Yeah, thank you.
There we go.
Yep, there we go. I was looking at week 1.
Hey, you were doing a really good job at it, though.
I was. So
Just want to make sure we're looking at the right stats.
you can tell we're not as prepared as we usually are. Glad you caught that.
We're on it.
I'm glad you caught that.
We are one.
So, well,
Okay, go ahead.
anyways, this was a close game down to the wire. Hampton Roads getting another victory, although voted against in the overall spread. I think that was favored towards Pottsville, but Neptunes winning 33-26. Now let's look at that. Still holds true over 400 yards passing. However, we're talking about a different team here.
Yeah. But still, you can look at the trends that this team has overall. No matter who they're playing against, they're throwing.
Yep. And Pottsville really trying to get that ground game going, 132 yards. Just couldn't get it done. enough through the air, but honestly, more production through the air than they've had in the last few weeks. So a good showing by both teams. But look at all of these stats. Look how...
That is cool. You can go through and look. Now, see, this is what... I'm just dumb, I guess, because when people in, like, my locker room were talking about, like, their own stats, I just kind of thought they were having to...
They're just making them up?
Well, not making them up, but, like, really paying attention. You know what I mean? Can you imagine, like, having to watch that game so intently to keep track of what your guy's doing? I was like, oh my gosh, these people are super invested.
Honey, at the end of the game, there's a stats page that's clicked through.
Well, I didn't know.
Which is, you need to watch your games.
I watched some of them. I didn't know. See, here I was thinking that you guys were way more dedicated. I was giving
Well, they still are more
credit.
dedicated than you, I believe.
I know. Hey, where am I at right now?
So, yeah, appreciate
On
it.
the APFA podcast.
So, anyways, it's broken down to both teams, even into player stats with passing. So you can see both quarterbacks here with their QBR. You can see the rushing stats, how much each player got. Keith Wheeler getting 112 yards, but no touchdowns. So Pottsville really struggling to get their running back in the end zone, which is going to be crucial for their offensive scheme.
Okay.
Right? Receiving, here's our top three dogs. We've got Xander, the weapon, with 128, Big Stepper, 121, and Pottsville's wide receiver, the GOAT Jackson, with 96 yards and 2 touchdowns. So, but here's B. Steezy, got 60 yards. I think he had 11 targets. And, I mean, you can see the breakdown of it here. Defensive stats. So you can see that Stonefist led the game in tackles. Andre Pope, close second with 1 sack. And the number 1 pick in this year's draft, Kane Vasquez, with 6 tackles. So pretty neat stuff. Both kickers were 4 and 4. So Pottsville just couldn't get it done, and Neptune's hold on to another win. Now let's see if I can keep this going.
Honestly, I love the streamlined process of this website. You know what I mean? Shout out Liam. To be able to look at this stuff, do a deep dive, and see it holistically. I know you can see it at the end of the games now, okay? But to be able to go back, reference it, look at it in a more, what I would consider...
It's cool. And you can filter. You can look at your entire season and keep the stats for your player.
Okay.
If you're... for your player, you could keep track of all the tackles you have.
Meatball.
So, and we'll look at Meatball here in a little bit. Okay. Let's talk about this Pungo and DC game. Pungo putting up another 50 burger, this time as the away team. But the Tribe really making a good showing, although falling short with 37 points. It's hard to lose a game when you score 37 points. And this is the only situation you're going to see that is when you're facing a team like Pungo. But both teams played great, in my opinion. Lots of yardage. Look at this. 565 yards for Pungo, 447 yards for DC. Just an amazing showing offensively from both teams. We're missing the specialty pieces in there, each individual pieces, but I watched bits and pieces of this game. There were a lot of high octane plays, a lot of deep passes, a lot of big yards. It was a pretty fun game to watch, though. But good showing. Pungo walks away with the win there. Let's look at your game against London.
Whoa.
Talk about a fun game to watch.
That game was super exciting, especially the last minute and a half.
Well, we were watching while we were cooking dinner.
Yeah.
Right? We were cooking dinner. You were frying potatoes, and I was grilling steak.
Yeah.
And I was coming back in and updating you on the game. And you guys were losing in the fourth quarter. There was 2 or 3 minutes left, and you were making a final drive, and you scored a touchdown.
Super exciting.
To take the
and it was
take the
a
lead.
minute and a half left, and we all of a sudden were in the lead.
You took the lead, which Appalachia was a huge double-digit underdog going into this game, and we thought it was a done deal. You were celebrating.
I know.
Thought you had the victory.
I was like, talk about a win.
And London pulls it out. Drives all the way down. Scores the touchdown.
Unprecedented yardage.
On the very last play of the game.
It was like 12 seconds left.
There was like 2 seconds left. And the clock expired. It was a corner route. I don't even remember who caught it, but it was just the craziest ending to a game I've ever seen. But London really should not have won this game. Look at these total yards. Appalachia beats them in total yards, beats them in passing yards. You guys did not get much done in the rushing game. That's probably what kept London alive, other than their massive play at the very end. We want to look at Meatball's stats.
Yeah, go Meatball.
Let's look at some defensive stats here. Let's see. Had to have been cut on a dime. All right. Big Al, 18 tackles.
Whoa.
Is that real?
Listen, Big Al.
You're not Big Al, though,
No,
are you?
I'm not. No.
You're Bobby.
I'm Meatball.
Who's Big Al?
Big Al
Holy cow.
Big Al is our coach's.
That's his linebacker?
He named him after his father-in-law, I think. And he's got some big shoes to fill, and he looks like he's filling them.
Whoa. Whoa. 18 tackles. That's amazing. You had one.
Hey, go Meatball.
You got in there.
You only need one Meatball. It's good enough.
You got in there. Way to go. But exciting game for you guys. How's the locker room doing? I'm sure that kind of, even though it was a loss, I feel like there was a lot of good things that showed for Appalachia.
Yeah, I think that, for us to have had such a close game, it is good for morale. You know what I mean? To have held such a close. I want to think that, I don't remember what the spread was for us, but it was high. It was like 17 or something that you and Vegas had created, and it was really nice to know that we could keep it way under that, and that there was actually a chance for us to come out with a win. And it was a good game, so pretty impressive.
Yep. So, and then the last game of the week was Munich hosting Georgia. Munich really showed up. They were having a hard time getting the ball in the end zone at the beginning of the season. Georgia also an winless team, so both of these teams were trying to fight for their first win. Munich really just kind of led in every category. Georgia started out super strong in the first quarter. It was tied 14-14 after the first quarter, and then Georgia just could not get back on the board at the end of the game. So, let's see what we're looking at here. We don't have any special stats for that either yet, but I think Luke is showing a lot of good promise with that playbook. The hardest thing with these playbooks is they never do what you want them to do. And you can have a good quarter and then nothing happened the rest of the game, or vice versa. You have a hard time getting started, but at the end of the game, all of a sudden your plays start to run. And, it's just going to take some time. I want to encourage him to keep fighting, because next week he's got a new matchup and another opportunity to get on the board. So same thing with Appalachia, hoping both of those teams get their first wins here soon.
Yeah, for sure.
So, all right, that was our
game day recap.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Now, we've got some really exciting news to share. We have a new segment that is going to be powered by somebody we all know. We'll just leave it at that. We won't say know and love. But he is what we would call a
drama king.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's a great quality.
So this segment is called Drama King of the Week by Big B Steezy. So what this is going to entail is Big Steezy is going to be paying attention week after week to who's causing the drama, who's being the diva, and are they living up to the expectations they're setting? Because you can be a diva, but you got to be able to put out
to reach it. Yeah. You have to be able to hold hold true to the reputation.
Yep. So this week, Beast Easy is going to crown himself, and he has a little statement here to give that I'm going to let Allison read.
Yes, so he has crowned himself the Drama King of the Week, which if you have been into the chat is not a surprise. So Big Beast Easy says, granted, I've never met this man before, but we're just going to go for a personality. Yo, what's good, APFA Nation? It's your boy, Big Steezy, and welcome to the only segment bold enough to crown me as me. That's right, this week's Drama King of the Week goes to none other than yours truly. Why? Because nobody does it like Steezy. One week I'm heated and oppressor, the next I'm owning up, apologizing like a man, then right back out there making plays and headlines. You can't script that. That's passion. That's authenticity. That's Steezy energy. People think drama is a bad thing. Nah, it's fuel. It's what happens when you care too much, when you refuse to settle for average. If that makes me dramatic, then hand me the crown every week. So yeah, I'll take it. Drama King of the Week. Not because I love noise, but because I back it up. You'll see it Saturday night when we line up against DC Tribe. 11 targets next week? Cool. Let's turn that into 11 catches. To everyone tuned in, keep talking, keep watching, and keep that spotlight right where it belongs. I'm Big Beast Easy, your Drama King of the Week. And trust me, the show's just getting started. And the crowd goes wild.
So this should be a recurring segment if anybody can have any drama relatively close to Beast Easy.
He is his own hype man.
Yes, so we will say very proud of his apology statement that he wrote last week. He did kind of show himself. I can't remember exactly what Luke said in the Gen Chat, something about rookie mistake, but classy move, classy apology. So it really was a yin and yang type of situation. There were some words exchanged and kind of showed some immaturity, but then turned right around and showed some class, is going to support his team, and is honestly doing what he needs to do for the team. So he's putting his money where his mouth is, and that's what a drama king needs to do. So who's going to step up next week and be the next drama king?
Yeah, I mean, I think some people can call it Drama King, some people can call it passion, right? You know, I think that he had a whole lot of, he was just super intentionally passionate about what he was advocating for, and, you know, he was able to turn that around and make it seem a little bit easier to swallow, and now he's turning it around for our benefit with a new segment of Drama King of the Week.
Yep. I love the face he's making.
That is...
That pouty face.
Should I know who that person is?
Yeah, you should know who that is. That's Big Steezy.
That's him?
That's Big Beast Easy.
That's what he looks like?
Yeah. I mean, that's what his character's made out of. It's kind of like the Lock Jensen.
Oh, okay.
That's Gronk.
Okay.
You know who Gronk is?
He's a football player.
He's a football player. All right, here we go. You are embarrassing sometimes.
He's a football player. What's his real name?
Gronk.
That's his real name?
Gronkowski.
Greg Gronkowski.
You got it.
I knew that.
You got it.
Guys,
You got it.
Does he play for the Steelers?
No. All right, you're done. You're done.
Who's he
Okay,
play for?
let's talk about an owner spotlight here. Last week we highlighted Charles with Pungo. This week we are highlighting the rival owner, Marcus. I don't know his last name.
You didn't ask his last name.
I don't want to get too personal with people. I don't know. It's kind of a touchy subject for some. They don't like to share that. I didn't want to ask.
You didn't even ask.
No, he probably would have told me. I didn't know.
Marcus.
This is Marcus. Listen, let me tell you about Marcus.
Okay.
Marcus is the owner of the Hamptons Roads Neptunes. And you might want to know, why did he pick Hampton Roads?
Would love to know.
Well, he was born and raised in Virginia Beach, and that is part of the Hampton Roads area.
Didn't we just talk about this last week with Pungo?
Yep.
Okay.
And Neptunes have been a part of Virginia Beach history since 1973. Okay. There is an annual Neptune Festival every September, and they have a 34-foot tall statue of King Neptune.
Interesting.
on the boardwalk.
So are we going
We could have a convention there one year.
on the boardwalk?
On the boardwalk. That'd be fun. He identifies his play style as what he calls air spread. Air spread is a mix between air raid and spread offense. So that's the kind of style he's shooting for. Okay. His biggest rival is, of course, Pungo in the same state, right? We talked about that last week. I asked him what his biggest key to running a team is, being an owner is. For him, it's cultivate player personalities. And man, has he done that.
Yeah. That's one thing about the Neptunes is we know who their players are. You know what I mean? We're seeing them every day, whether it's in the chat, whether it's, engaging with other team members. They are out there, and we know who they belong to.
Yep. I mean, you've got the Lock, Stonefist, Weapon X, Andre Pope, and a whole slew of other talent on the teams. But you're right, we see their names a lot. So he is definitely cultivating personalities on the team. So that's a really cool way to look at ownership and being successful on the field too.
Yeah.
Right. So that seems to be taking care of itself. What makes the APFA special for him? He mentioned the dedication of the Commish crew. So that was a really nice thing to say. Said it was refreshing to have commissioners that were connecting at a more personal level than other leagues. So that was
And
nice.
yet we don't know their last name.
Guys don't have to know each other's
Men
last
are
names.
weird.
We don't need to know. I don't need to know Marcus's last name. Help me out in the chat, guys, please.
I know his last name now because they told me.
His last name.
Laster.
Laster.
Yeah.
Okay.
See?
Okay.
Now, don't we feel closer to him?
No,
Don't we feel more connected to Marcus? I do.
no, I don't.
Men are weird.
Marcus's strength is his availability and his communication. So he is available all the time, always answering questions, always being in the locker room. Being available is his strength. His weakness, cheesecake.
Oh, that's true, bro. I feel that.
Cheesecake. Everybody's trying to guess in the chat. It does look like ice cream cake, but that is my best picture. I could find a cheesecake on my app that I use to make graphics.
I
And
bet.
so
I wonder what his cheesecake of choice is at the Cheesecake Factory. There's like 100 options.
I would like to know that if he's in here. Marcus, if you're in here, let us know your favorite cheesecake
From the Cheesecake Factory.
flavor.
Yeah, flavor, variety,
Got it.
whatever.
Yeah. Marcus's hot take is that he believes the APFA is going to have major growth over the next couple of seasons, becoming one of the top football sim leagues out there. I like to hear that.
How many realistically are there? I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm not even paying attention to that. We're just here to have fun.
I know. I mean, I know there's been a couple.
What happens
in
will
our
happen.
life.
There's at least 3 or 4 that I can think of, but that's never been the goal, to be the best of the best. It's just to really enjoy what we're doing and letting players be involved and making sure it's low stress for the people running the league. And so far we're accomplishing that. So we'll see where it takes us. But
Yeah.
that was his hot take.
Okay.
Red velvet cheesecake.
I don't like red velvet. It's an imposter for chocolate.
Yeah,
You like red velvet.
I do.
And you like, your favorite would be pineapple upside down
Oh, yeah.
cheesecake. That's your favorite from Cheesecake Factory.
All right, Allison. The stage is yours for a new segment that we are
yeah.
doing. Go ahead.
Great. Evidently last week I said something sarcastic and just particularly wise out of the blue, and was recommended that I do a segment called Words of Wisdom. So do I have 2?
You have 2.
I have 2 words of wisdom that have just come to me throughout the week, and I said multiple times, that's my words of wisdom for the podcast on Wednesday. So starting strong, this is kind of pulled from my experience with our gaming, is there's no such thing as a small sack in football, because a sack's a sack. So we can't be mad if it is not as elaborate of a sack as one might want, because there's no such thing as a small sack. So that is my first word of wisdom. What do you think about it?
I really like it. It makes sense.
It does.
It makes sense. It makes me feel much better.
It should.
A sack's a sack.
Sack's a sack.
I mean, if we're boiling it down,
Yeah.
a sack's a sack. Doesn't matter how big it is. Doesn't matter how small it is.
Still a sack.
Still a sack.
Yep.
In football.
In football. Yep. Okay. Number 2, this came to me this morning. Do you want to tell everybody why?
Because I always drink my coffee black, but every once in a while, I put a little cream in it.
Mm-hmm. And I said, sometimes you got to put a little cream in your coffee. And this is overarching
With
word of
football.
wisdom for all things in life. You got to add a little pizzazz. You got to bring a little variety, a little spunk into the day. You started our rainy, dreary Wednesday, and you said, I'm not going to go black coffee this morning.
Mhm.
We're going to put a little cream in our coffee.
We're going to spice it up.
We're going to spice it up. And I think that maybe some of these locker rooms, some of these playbooks just need a little bit of cream in their coffee. If you've always been doing it the same old way, you could definitely add a little bit something extra exciting new, like brown butter chocolate chip cookie coffee creamer.
Right.
How did it do for you this morning?
It was great. So, if you are a team that's struggling right now, don't be afraid to put a little cream in your coffee. Don't be afraid to mix it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be afraid to try some cover 2 or some strong 3 or some 3 robber on defense, right?
Right.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking
sure.
about? Don't be afraid to put in some swing passes. Don't be afraid to get your tight end out there on a deep post. You know what I'm saying?
I don't like that.
Put a little cream in your coffee.
Put a little cream in your coffee.
Thank you.
Go for a big sack.
Thank you, Allison. And that has been Allison's Words of Wisdom.
You're welcome.
If you enjoyed that segment, let us know.
If you-
Otherwise, we're never going to do it again.
That's the dang truth.
All right. Let's talk about the teams that we think are the best going into week 4. We have our updated power rankings. Not much change here. Let's go ahead and flash you with it. So we've got the top 3 teams staying at the top. We have the bottom teams staying at the bottom. We have a little bit of rearranging in the middle, just like last week, however, not as dramatic. So we're looking at our number 18 being the Demons, number 7, the Outlaws, just waiting on those 2 teams to get a win.
Yes.
Got to start winning some games.
We're desperate for it.
Yep. Munich gets their first win. They move up to number 6. Pottsville loses in dramatic fashion to the Neptunes.
Oof.
So they are number 5. DC Tribe moving up. Even though they lost, it was a good showing, proving to be a strong team. They're number 4. Hampton Roads staying where they are. London staying where they are. Pungo staying where they are at number 1. These are your updated power rankings for week 4.
Would like to say that if the game would have ended a minute and 12 seconds sooner, the London Knights would not be where they are, and neither would the Appalachian Outlaws. I'm just saying.
Every second counts on the football field.
Well, that
every
was
inch,
90 seconds
every
of
second.
annoyance. So I'm just saying.
That's what you say about me.
Haha.
So that has been your power rankings. We have something super special to share.
We do?
We do. So there
yes,
has
we
been
do.
somebody else who has decided to help us out a little bit. We have a song to share. This song is based on a true story. This song is being told by Dane the Lock, but it's just something that was told to him from a buddy of his about the big game. So I don't want to share too much, but we're going to play this song, and then we'll be right back to do our week 4 predictions. So hang in there. Enjoy this song.
Well, well, well. Look what we have here. It's the Pickaroons, baby. Oh, yeah. The APFA loves you guys. But you know who doesn't love you guys? The Lock. That's right. You think the way you've dominated every team that's come before you is somehow impressed. The Lock? Not a chance, Jabrani. Now hit this diss track. If you're mad. What the Lock is cooking? The Lock says those pickaroons are nothing more than a bunch of goons. The Lock says, did you guys not see what the Neptunes did to those Maroons? The Lock says we're gonna kick your butt, and that is just a fact. The Lock says it's gonna be so easy because Stonefist says has my back. That's right, you ruddy poo pickaroons, you heard it. Stonefist is gonna kick your ass all by himself. At least that's what he said in my DMs. Now hit that chorus. The Lock says, the Lock says, Stonefist told me he's gonna kick your ass. The Lock says, the Lock says, the Lock says, Stonefist mentioned he's gonna put you guys on blast. Wait a minute, what was that Stonefist? You say we're gonna beat him by 50, that's what I'm talking about. Now you go do that while I listen to some Taylor Swifty. Now didn't I hear you also say those pickaroons have no stinking chance? Booyah, Stonefist! Now get out there and show them while I do my dance. Well, I guess Stonefist said it best, y'all. He told me just last night that the pickaroons got lucky every single time they won their games. So now he's gonna expose you out on that field once and for all by himself. That's the important part. Now as for the Lock, I'm gonna keep jamming to this newest T Swift album. One more time with that chorus, y'all. Hit it! The Lock said, the Lock said, the Lock said, the Lock said, Stonefist told me he's gonna kick your ass. The Lock said, the Lock said, the Lock said, the Lock said, Stonefist mentioned he's gonna put you guys on blast. The Lock said, the Lock said, the Lock said, the Lock said, Stonefist told me he's gonna kick your ass. The Lock said, the Lock said, the Lock said, the Lock said, Stonefist mentioned he's gonna put you guys on blast. The Lock says, the Lock says, hit it! Stonefist told me he's gonna kick your ass. The Lock says, the Lock says, no! Stonefist mentioned he's gonna put you guys on blast.
Well, Stonefist seems to be digging himself a hole this week.
It was in the DMs, so it must be true.
I just thought that was a great song. What did you think? Did you like it?
I honestly like it. I think that, some of these AI generated songs are just so uniquely cultivated for a specific tone that you can just really make it anything that you want. And I just think that it's hysterical. I think that's so funny. It's really just a targeted moment for the Lock to get his feelings out there. Stonefist was brought in probably against his will, but
I am sure
it was
that's
a
the
message
case.
to Pungo, and I love that.
I am sure that's the case. And of course, that's all just in fun. Of course, everybody from the Neptunes respect Pungo, Pickaroons, and what they bring to the table. Of course, they're the most dominating team in the league right now. So it is all for fun and games for anybody who's in the chat maybe getting their feelings hurt. Just remember, it's not personal. It's just fun. So let's talk about these matchups for week 4. And let's see what the league thinks about them. So our first game is going to be the DC Tribe at Pottsville. Vegas has DC favored by 3.5 points.
These middle teams are so fluid right now. I think that anything is possible when you're looking at it. I mean, obviously we're looking at them. 3.5 is not that many points. It's a pretty even matchup. And I think that this is one of those games where the smallest thing could make a big difference.
Yeah. So who's your pick?
I'm going to throw Dave a bone and to go Pottsville. I don't think I picked him last week for no reason other than I'm just kind of a butt to Dave. But I do think that, Pottsville had a good game last week. I like to think that they could run it.
Okay. I like that we picked the opposite on these. We did that all last week, too.
I haven't kept track to see if that's actually been valuable or not.
I think the league as a whole missed every single pick last time.
Which means that Allison won.
I don't know. Let's see.
I feel like if we were opposite, that would mean that.
So, give me the Tribe on this. I think the Tribe is getting hot. I think they had a really good showing against Pungo. I think they are going to go to Pottsville. I think Pottsville is still going to struggle on offense. I know they're going to be focusing on getting Big Steezy the ball, but it's pretty public knowledge at this point. I think the Tribe maybe fixates on that, maybe covers the tight end a little bit closer, shuts down the run game. I think Tribe win this by a touchdown or two. Give me the Tribe.
2?
Or 2.
Yikes.
Let's talk about the Neptunes and the Picaroons. This is a big game. This is a lopsided battle as far as Vegas is concerned. Pungo favored by 9.5 points. What do you think?
I think this, we looked at Pungo versus the Knights as a pretty good matchup. I think this is another good matchup to keep Pungo having to fight for it. I still think they're going to win, but I think that it's going to be something that they're going to have to work towards. It's not going to be a blowout game as they've had earlier in the season.
Okay, so you think Neptunes are going to cover the spread?
Yeah, I think they're going to keep it closer than 9.
Okay. I'm taking Pungo on the spread. I think Neptunes fizzle out finally. I think they finally get their booty cheeks clapped by somebody, and it's going to be the Pungo Pirates.
Okay.
Pungo Picaroons. I think Pungo puts up another 50 burger. They have put up 2 50 burgers so far. I think they are just going to continue to get better. I think Hampton Roads is going to be in for a rude awakening.
Is that a thing that people say?
A 50 burger?
Yeah.
50 points?
Never in my life heard that.
Yeah.
I thought you were just being weird earlier, but
Nope, that's a saying. Okay. So give me Picaroons.
I do think that this is a rivalry game. Like, they are literally same, like, town rivalry, so it doesn't matter whether they're at Pungo or not. I think that they're going to have the hype of being home no matter what.
Okay.
So I got Hampton Roads.
Okay. Our next matchup is the Knights playing the Georgia Demons. Knights are favored by 12.5 points. So will Georgia cover a 12.5 point spread at home?
No, I don't think they will.
You think Knights run away with it?
I think I don't want to say run away. I mean, I know 12 is a big spread, but I think that, Georgia is still getting their feet under them. London is at the top, and I do think there's a mental game at play whenever you have a higher ranked team and a lower ranked team, that I just don't know if they're going to be able to come fighting against it, even if they're playing at home.
I think I'm going to take Georgia on the spread. I think they're going to try to. They don't want to lose 4 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
So I think Luke put something together. I think London was almost shook up by Appalachia last week. I have a feeling that maybe the Demons kind of get one here. So give me Georgia on this line.
I hope so. I mean, I think there is something to be said to have your first win, and I do hope that the Georgia Demons get that. I'm not betting on it, but
Okay.
there's that.
Okay. We play each other for the first time.
We do.
Okay. Metalheads at the Outlaws Stadium.
Yeah. Are you streaming this game?
I will not be streaming it. No. Zach will be streaming this game. There will be 2 games that were voted game of the week. I believe it was Hampton Roads and Pungo, and then Metalheads and Outlaws.
Okay.
So
I
I'm
hope
not
it's not
streaming.
on Saturday.
Well, it's going to be Sunday.
Okay, good.
It's going to be Sunday. I'm not streaming my own game. That's not allowed. So
okay.
Zach's streaming our game, and I'm streaming the Pungo game. So,
Okay.
but Metalheads favored by 5.5 points.
We get to watch it together because it's on Saturday. That's exciting.
So I'm guessing it's safe to say you're going to be betting
Cheering on the
Outlaws.
Appalachian Outlaws.
Sure. So, and of course, I think we're going to kick your butt. So
I would love to get our first win of the season against the Munich Metalheads.
yeah, that would be terrible.
That would be awesome.
I'd love to hear that.
We have some serious buy-in.
So I think we are split down the line here, which is pretty cool. But that is your week 4 slate. The games are posted the game times are posted in the league schedule channel on Discord. So, all right, Allison, I think that pretty much wraps things up for us. Do you have anything you would like to mention before we close out tonight?
No, I've already given all my words of wisdom. What more do you want from me?
Nothing. I think you're doing a great job. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
We might have somebody with us next week.
Ooh.
Zach has been chomping on the bit to join us.
Chomping on the bit?
Chomping at the bit?
Chomping at the bit?
Whatever.
I don't know. I think on makes more sense because it is a horse reference. It's in their mouth. The bit.
Anyways, Zach wants to be part of the show. I've also had Charles reach out as wanting to do part with us too. So we'll see if we can get some more activity on here so it's just not me and you talking.
I mean, I think everyone might appreciate that, but mostly because I have not a whole lot of like valuable educational football content. It's mostly just made up. That's okay.
You're learning. Do you feel like you're learning?
I do. I feel like I'm learning. I do glean a little bit more knowledge every week. And I think that, this is one of those seasons. It's a growing season, whether I'm watching football with real people upstairs or watching virtual football, on the streams. I think that this is something that we'll be able to see a lot of growth from me in the knowledge land by the end of the season.
Yep. You're doing a great job. Everybody appreciates you. You bring a lot to the league. Thank you. So, all right, everybody. Thanks for hanging in there with us. We will be back next week, and good luck to everybody who is
we
playing
chillin', kicking
week
back,
4.
talking all pro plays.
We'll
From
see you
the
next
field
time.
to the mic, we got stories for days. Grab a seat, grab a drink, it's the time again. Welcome to the show, where the talk never ends. It's the Ep6, we just talking ball, stats, plays, and the rise and fall. From the big hits to the locker room calls, we break it all down, yeah, we cover it all. No suits, no ties, just friends and mics, talking game day legends and those Friday nights. From the rookies to the vets, every yard, every line. We keep it real every single time. Yeah, turn the volume up, feel the vibe in your zone. We're laughing, debating, but it feels like home. From kickoff to overtime, that's the way it's the all-pro fam, and we here to stay. It's the AP.